Hey there, CPO here, and I have two mirrors to show you. Both of them from my friends down at American Outlaw Jeep Parts.com. One of them is the original Outlaw Mirror. You may have seen this design copied. This is the original, just know that. And another one is a cool new one called the Sidewinder. And I'll show you the differences between the two, when you might want to run one over the other. And I'll show you how to install them there on overclocked. Let's get to it. All right, so if you're running your Jeep with outdoors, you're gonna need a mirror to stay legal in most states. A lot of times you can get away with just a driver's side mirror, but for me it's important to also have a passenger side mirror. I'm very interested in getting two. I've been running one mirror, as sort of a motorcycle mirror, for quite a while, and it's time to really get serious about my mirror choices because I'm really not liking not having passenger side viewing. And the other thing is that motorcycle mirror, if it's not tightened down super tight, sometimes when the wind catches it, it'll fold it over. So you're driving down the highway and your mirror is useless now. So American Outlaw has solved the mirror problem for everyone pretty much. These two mirrors have essentially the same mirror housing, a nice sort of heavy duty plastic mirror body with adjustment screws. I'll show you that here in a second. And then the difference is how they're going to attach. Now, starting with the Outlaw Mirror, this mirror will work with pretty much any Jeep back to a CJ5. So this will work on overclocked here, which is a JK, or it'll work on my son's TJ that probably is where they're gonna end up, and I'll show you why I don't like the mirrors he has. But first, let me show you how this works, because many of you may not be familiar with this design. A lot of the mirrors that use the door hinges have a post that stick through and then a nut of some sort that tightens down. You got to clamp them down. And just like the motorcycle mirror, sometimes they will fold on you unless you have them super, super tight. In which case, if you're running like me, Delrin liners, you run the risk of damaging the hinge liner by over tightening those bolts to keep your mirror from rotating. So the cool thing about these Outlaw mirrors is they actually fit over the hinge, not in it. So that's pretty unique. It's got a rubberized coating on it to protect the paint finish. And then inside there's a set screw with a cap. So these basically are just gonna slide in over the hinge, but because it's slotted, it won't rotate, which is way cool. So starting out, it's going to come like this with the set screw in there. And what you may find, which is what I find, is, oh, and by the way, they do send an Allen wrench with it. So even if you back this out to where it's barely threaded, you may find on the JKs, the newer ones, it won't fit. And that's because the set screw has a little nylon tip that's designed to protect the finish on your hinge paint. So on the newer JKs, that tip can be a little bit thick to be able to work well. So the recommendation is to just crimp that down with some pliers and flatten it out. What I found works well is a pair of channel locks. And so I don't just cut in a bunch of grooves with it on the top. I'm gonna use a flat washer to give a flat surface. So basically just like this. And I'm gonna just flatten down. And literally all I did was squinch that down a little bit. Now I'm going to reinsert that set screw and just get it started. And it's just protruding ever so slightly inside here, with the goal being to get this whole thing to fit over. I'm going to loosen this up just a little bit. I have a little bit of room there to loosen it. After I do this for the first time, that nylon tip will flatten out where it needs to go. So basically what you want to do is line that up with the bottom. And then simply gently snug it up. So now take a look at that. That is so awesome. It's such a great design too. Again, it just fits over the entire hinge assembly and then uses the hinge itself with that slot to keep it indexed and the set screw to lock it in place. So I like how it fits up close to the body and then curves along with the windshield, bringing it forward. And actually, which also makes it useful from the driver's seat, which is where I'm sitting right now. So a lot of those mirrors end up way back there and you can't see them. So check that out. That's a usable mirror. And of course, I have this one installed here already. So let's talk about adjustments. There are 3 screws right here, and if you loosen up any one of these, then it will sort of loosen the entire assembly. And what you want to do is get it set where you want it. Like right now, it's got just enough tension to hold where I want to put it. Once I've got it adjusted, I'll go ahead and pull it off and then tighten down, make sure all 3 of those are tight, and they should be permanently in place. So every time you set your mirror into place, it should be set exactly where you want it. Dude, yeah, I like that. Okay, so that is the original Outlaw mirror from outlawjeepparts.com. They're down in Florida, and yeah, that's nice. Now, if you do have a snorkel or light bar brackets that get in the way, you can make some minor adjustments there as necessary to allow that to fit. People do manage to work around that, and they look nice. They look like they belong, right? They look like mirrors that are designed to be there, which you know, looks do matter. All right, guys. So that's the Outlaw mirror, the original Outlaw mirror. All right, so now let's talk about the Sidewinder. All right, so the Outlaw mirror, clearly you need to have your doors off because it uses the hinge. But if you're running trail doors or soft doors or half doors should probably come with mirrors, but if not, if you want to run a mirror system, this is designed to fit on the JK, and it's a basically a pillar mount. Let me remove the Outlaw mirror, because these are going on CJ's Jeep anyway. This is designed to mount right here. And even better, again, brings the mirror up in a position where you can see it from the driver's seat. A lot of people don't think about that stuff, but trust me, in a lot of cases, you end up not being able to see the passenger side mirror. So it's there, it meets the purposes of having a mirror, but if you can't use it, then what's the point? So I like the fact that he's considered that in the design of these mirrors to make sure that they come forward enough that they're actually usable. All right, for this, I'm just using a Torx bit to remove this factory screw, and literally adding this into the mix. Now, this is also a rubberized coating. Designed to not scratch your paint. Adjustments exactly the same with those 3 adjustment screws. I mean, seriously, it doesn't actually get any easier than that. Also looks like it belongs, but can work with your half doors. And let's see what it looks like from the driver's seat. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the mirror. See, that's what I'm talking about. So these are gonna probably stay on overclocked. And these Outlaw mirrors that will fit the TJ are gonna go over there. So on this Jeep, we have these mirror relocation brackets, which are pretty ugly. So basically when you take your doors off, you can move the mirror over to the relocation bracket and have your mirror there. Now, originally I thought, oh, I'll just leave it on here all the time and then not have it on the door, and doors can come and go and the mirror will stay. The problem is when it's in that location and the doors are on, you can't see the mirror at all. I can't get in, it's locked. But because of all of this, it blocks the view of the mirror because the mirror is now back here, can't be seen. So because it has the same hinge system as the JK, those Outlaw mirrors will fit right over. I can remove these brackets and we can just leave the factory mirrors on his door. Dude, I like those mirrors. I like that. I like it. All right, I'm gonna stop gushing over the mirrors now. But anyway, guys, that's it. American Outlaw Jeep Parts.com. They make some pretty cool products besides the mirrors. Actually, you may know them for their door pins. Oh yeah, that's a different video. Anyway, guys, check them out. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.